after last week when we had many press conferences and interviews, one needs to think what to say about feasibility study and the next steps for Kosovo, and not to repeat itself. So I just wanted to make a few points. Actually, I went back and look at one of the plans for Kosovo that was done before Ahtisaari. And I'll just read you one sentence. One of the 9 points says Kosovo would gain the status of an international legal entity probably within the next 5 years, providing the international community establishes the fundamental democratic standards and peaceful cohabitation among members of the various national groups has been ensured. That was done by late President Drnovšek before Ahtisaari. I went now back because I was preparing the speech for Ljubljana. Yesterday I spoke in Ljubljana about Kosovo, and I went back and looked at his 9 points, and he was very good actually at the time. He was too early, but he was very, very good, and actually what happened is more or less there. So now we are at Ahtisaari, and we closed Ahtisaari, and ICO established exactly what Drnovšek said, that established that there are fundamental democratic standards in place and that there is peaceful cohabitation about the national different ethnic groups. At the same time, of course, when people look around, see still many things that are not okay. One can still see that Kosovo is the only place where citizens cannot travel in Europe without visa. It's the only country that doesn't have an SAA with Europe. It's still a place where my driver, when we go to the north, feels uncomfortable, as well as the students who came from Mitrovica to see me in Pristina said the same thing. It's still the place where you need soldiers to protect monastery in Peć and Dečani. You still have people waiting in the Merdare crossing point in the summer for 5 and more hours. So many things that are still not okay. You still have a president and chairman of the Anti-Corruption Commission being arrested for corruption. I mean, you have many of these things that are not okay, even though it's the end of Sokolev's independence. And for that, I think now we have a feasibility study going into an STA. I think we have short-term priorities and we have mid-term priorities. If you look what's in those priorities, you see that if they are achieved, Kosovo will be a different place, and people will finally feel the change. I think the change that they want to see and feel in Kosovo. Short-term priorities are very, very concrete with the laws and some strategies and some things to do. But the midterm, if you look into midterm, I think there are like 200 or something. I think that Kosovars calculated. If we really do all the things, and they're supposed to be done during negotiations of an SAA, actually that's the mandate of an SAA in the making, those midterm priorities, then we'll see different Kosovo at the end of that road. And that's the whole beauty about the enlargement process, that you change the country, or you help changing the countries faster than letting them be on their own and change by themselves. Going into European Union, which is the aim of Kosovo and all enlargement countries, is not something that you really go to. I mean, sometimes I feel people have wrong impressions that we have to negotiate the EU so that one day we will enter EU, and at that time we will change. We'll get a secret message how you become a member state of the European Union. Actually, you don't go anywhere. European Union has to come here. Kosovo has to become European, as I'm saying from the first day. But that means that we have to bring Europe here. We opened the office in here close by in Mother Teresa, and at the opening I had a speech with Rora, and I said we are opening the doors in order to, you open the doors usually for you to go out and to meet people who are on the streets where people are in Mother Teresa, but we're also opening the doors so that people will come in. And that's that's the symbolic message we did with the opening of the Cultural Information Center, which also speaks about the state of affairs within the EU-Kosovo relations. We are really opening the doors now for Kosovo to come into the European Union. We want Kosovo in the European Union. I think that's something we need to repeat often. Maybe we didn't do enough in the past. It's not something that we are doing as a gesture toward Kosovo. It's not something we're doing in altruistic reasons. We want Kosovo in the European Union. And that's why also now I'm going more out of Pristina, traveling around Kosovo. I'll be tomorrow in Lipjan and Shtimje. I was in Fushkosova, I was in Mitrovica, and I'll go everywhere to speak about this, that it's, we need to bring Kosovo here. It's people here who will make Kosovo European, Kosovo, who will make Kosovo members of the European Union. It's not somebody else who will decide. Practically they will, one day they have to vote, but it's the people here. And when I speak to the students, I tell them it depends on you, how you will study, what jobs you'll get, and whom you will vote. The ones who will bring you into Europe, who will help you going into European Union. So these are just my initial points, just to somehow start discussion. As in every other case, usually the debate is much more interesting when you open it than at the beginning. But thank you very much.